If you're watching this video, you are probably a lawyer who is overwhelmed and looking to hire a virtual assistant, and you're having trouble finding the right platform. And that's because there are a ton of platforms on there. And especially for lawyers, that can range everything from your generic platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, Indeed, all the way to your very specialized boutique firms that specifically work only with law firms. But today we're going to talk a little bit about the difference, and I'm going to explain what could actually be the right hiring practices for you if you are a lawyer who's looking for a virtual assistant. I think Upwork, Fiverr, any of those one-off platforms are great if you don't need somebody consistently. So if you're okay with somebody popping in once, twice a week, giving them tasks and having them complete it just at their own pace, those are really great platforms. If you're looking for a hire that is a little bit more in-depth, I would recommend a platform like Indeed or LinkedIn. The only problem that you'll run into with both of these platforms, though, is that you actually have to do the hiring yourself. So you can post an ad, and generally, if you post an ad, you're going to get thousands sometimes of applications almost immediately. These jobs are in very high demand, especially depending on where you're posting. Then you have to sort through the resumes. You actually have to conduct the interview and hire yourself. So it does end up being very time intensive. And if you're working with a boutique agency as a law firm, a lot of times that is a little bit easier, just because if you're a lawyer who's overwhelmed, you probably do not have a ton of time in the day to be going through these applications. And you also probably need somebody who's a little bit more consistent, just given the nature of a law firm. So I'm going to talk through some of the boutique agencies and some of the different models just so you can have a full understanding of what that's going to look like. Typically, agencies will have one of two different styles. The first is that you pay them a flat rate fee and they go find somebody for you, and then you assume the risk of hiring that person, as well as you also are responsible for what their day-to-day looks like. And if they quit or if you need to fire them, you typically would have to pay another flat fee to have somebody sourced for you. The second model, which is also pretty common, is that you pay a monthly flat rate and then you work through an agency and you can adjust if you need to hire more people, if you need to put somebody on leave. It gives you a lot more flexibility on that end. You need to figure out what model is right for you. And also something I always recommend folks look at is what the buyout fee is. Because I've seen this happen a million times. We actually just had a client that this happened to. They really liked the virtual assistant that they were assigned, and they said, okay, we want to buy this person out. We want to work with them directly and no longer work with them through an agency. And the agency wanted to charge them $20,000 in order to work with that person directly. And that obviously just was not a reasonable amount for this law firm. So they actually ended up eventually parting ways, even though they had an assistant that they very much liked, simply because it would have been too much to initiate a buyout. So if you're thinking about working with option 2, make sure you're looking at the buyout fees as well. My name is Paris Bland. I'm the founder of Digital Executive. We actually do both. So if you want to talk to us about either of these options, please let me know. We actually run a firm that specializes in finding virtual assistants for professionals, including law. So if you are looking for just a virtual assistant, if you're looking for a legal assistant, if you're looking for any sort of admin help or even social media help, we provide all of these aspects, even down to operations. If you're thinking about hiring, please feel free to reach out. I have a link in the description. We'd love to chat. Because we are a boutique agency, we have a little bit better rates than some of these other giant firms that specialize in just mass VA staffing. We also do custom processes so that we're making sure that the person that we staff with you is going to be customized to your needs versus just throwing somebody who might not be as skilled. We specialize in finding you somebody that's going to fit your exact needs. Again, my link is in the description. Please feel free to send me a message. Would love to chat.